because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their gilt rings. Right, the bouncer's gilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Razaban IFL TV proudly sponsored by Everlast. Chris, I've been pestering you in the last couple of interviews when we're going to go back to Bournemouth, because I really enjoyed the first time we were here on the beach, and almost 12 months on, we make it back. Dreams do come true for you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the dream has always been to win a world title at the stadium. I'm glad the weather's turned out good for us again, and it's amazing. The whole town's got behind me, and I'm glad that people are getting to see Bournemouth for how I see it, and why I absolutely love being from this town.
I spoke to Lawrence, and I said to Lawrence, I was there when he won his British, European and world title, and I said to Lawrence, I feel like from what I can see from Lawrence's perspective, there's a bit more focus. And he goes, yeah, there probably is more focus. From your perspective, would you say there's a lot more focus now because of who you're fighting? Yeah,
I think so. I think there's a lot more focus, and I think for numerous reasons for me, you know, obviously compared to my last fight, it's a guy that you're only human. There's only so much you can get up for a fight where you don't know much about someone in the sense of, you know, they're below your level, no disrespect, but yeah, and then now you've got a world champion in front of you who you know very well, and is very, very effective at what he does. So the focus could be more. You can't get more focus than how I have been.
I said to Lawrence, Sugar mentioned on the press conference up there that when he asked Lawrence about the sparring, Lawrence gave him a quick positive response, and Sugar said, like, that was enough for me. Now I've asked Lawrence, how were the sparring sessions? And he goes, listen, they were good for me, and for him, he goes, Shane is just telling him that they were good, but really, they know the truth.
Well, those sparring sessions are irrelevant, you know. Irrelevant in terms of whatever he sees them as. I'm a very, very different fighter to what I was when I last sparred him. And when we last sparred, I was having enough success to be happy with going into this fight anyway. But the fact that I've improved so much since then is a huge benefit to me.
Is there a mole in the camp?
Like I've said, if there is one, then they'll either give him the wrong information and he's happy with that, or they give him the right information and he's worried, because I've had a fantastic camp.
I asked Isaac Chamberlain yesterday. He's a man who's fought both of you. He's the man that's faced both your punches on his face, and I said, listen, who wins? And he goes, it's difficult. He goes, I can't really split them. He goes, Lawrence is good, Billam is good. I felt both their powers. It's hard to judge power as well. But he goes, he sat on the fence. He goes, I cannot call it. And that's not just Isaac. That's a number of other people I've spoken to this week as well.
Yeah. You know, it's. I think there's a dynamic in this where no other opponent Lawrence has faced has had the experience I've got. They get in there and they've got 12 rounds to figure out the web and that he causes, you know, and all that confusion and awkwardness he causes. I know what that's all about from the off. So for me, I've got a massive one-up on everyone who's boxed him, and that I think will be the biggest key to the victory.
One thing that Lawrence has done over the last couple of fights is the holding, and he's been effective at it, and it works. It's a boxing fight. End of the day, you got to punch your opponent, win the rounds, no matter how you do that. So I'm sure you and Shane have kind of talked about that and come up with the right game plan to negate that.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. That's we've worked on it huge amounts, and you know, it's I'm excited to put this game plan into effect on Saturday.
Did you ever think you're going to fill that stadium, 15,000 people?
No, it's overwhelming to have that support. I don't know. For some reason, you know, I always thought it would happen. I've always believed it could happen, but for it to sell how it has, it's just phenomenal.
What are the ring walks looking like?
Yeah, no, I'm excited. We haven't done a walk. We're not doing like a walkthrough as such, but I've seen sort of the videotapes beforehand and and where the ring walk's going to be, and it's going to be some event.
Chris, you were with Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, DAZN. You then jumped ship. You come to Ben Shalom. I think it was a one-fight deal initially. What they've delivered for you, I think surpasses probably what you thought. I think your dream was to fight at the stadium, but to have a grudge match against a British world champion, surely that's the pinnacle.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, people have asked me about pressure and stuff. There's never going to be a more pressured fight in my entire life than this. This is the first opportunity, the first world title. It's at the stadium. It's everything that I've ever dreamed of and wanted. So the pressure is right up there. And as I always say, pressure's a privilege, and I absolutely thrive off it. So the Sky and Boxer have been superb, and obviously give me the opportunity. But at the end of the day, this isn't about me doing a good job for them or them doing a good job for me. It's the fans turning out, and they've done a great job for both myself and Sky and Boxer.
And at the initial press conference when the fight was announced, you and Okolie embraced, gave each other a hug, you've shaken each other's hand. I haven't seen Lawrence do that with Shane. Is there a rift? Is there animosity between trainer and ex-fighter?
I don't know. I don't think they dislike each other at all. I think Lawrence might feel awkward around Shane, because I don't think Lawrence really wanted to leave Shane. He just wanted to move. So yeah, there's probably a bit of awkwardness there maybe, but I don't think there's animosity as such.
Final question, how does the fight end on Saturday night?
It's not. I'm winning, and it's not going the distance.
Chris Billam-Smith, we wish you all the best on Saturday night. 48 hours away, go rest, recover with your beautiful son as well, and yeah, we'll see you on fight night.
Cheers, thanks brother.
Chris Billam-Smith, IFL TV, thank you very much. Cheers, Chris.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.